a move that could redraw the global energy map and ignite a superpower confrontation. The United States is considering imposing a naval blockade on Iran, a step aimed at choking off Tehran's oil exports and cutting the regime's financial lifeline. The proposal, first reported by the Jerusalem Post, would represent one of the most aggressive actions taken against Iran in decades, and it has already sent shockwaves straight to Beijing. The goal of a blockade would be simple and devastating: prevent Iran from exporting oil. Under heavy U.S. sanctions, Iran already has few buyers left, and one country dominates that list. According to 2025 data from analytics firm Kepler, China buys more than 80% of all Iranian oil shipped last year, averaging about 1.38 million barrels per day. Cutting off Iran's exports would not just hit Tehran, it would directly strike China's energy supply. That's why Beijing is furious. Iranian oil plays a critical role in China's energy security, and a U.S. naval blockade would effectively place American warships between China and a key supplier. Analysts warn this could turn a regional crisis into a global confrontation, dragging the world's two largest powers into a dangerous standoff at sea. For China, this is no longer about Iran. It's about sovereignty, trade, and power. At the same time, Washington is laying out sweeping conditions for any deal with Tehran. According to Axios, U.S. demands include the complete removal of enriched uranium, strict limits on long-range missiles, a total ban on domestic enrichment, and an end to Iran's support for regional proxy forces. Taken together, these terms would dismantle the pillars of Iran's strategic power, something Tehran has repeatedly said it will never accept. The pressure is being backed by force.
We have a lot of ships going that direction, just in case. We have a big flotilla going in that direction. And we'll see what happens. We have a big force going toward Iran. I'd rather not see anything happen, but we're watching them very closely. I stopped 837 hangings on Thursday. They would have been dead. Every one of them would have been hung.
The USS Abraham Lincoln Carrier Strike Group is expected to reach the Arabian Sea within hours, accompanied by guided missile destroyers and advanced combat aircraft. U.S. and regional officials say this is one of the most significant American force surges since last year's strikes on Iranian nuclear facilities. Airlines are canceling flights, militaries are coordinating, and the region is bracing for what comes next. Israeli officials say preparations are complete for a potential U.S. operation, with full coordination between Washington and Tel Aviv. F-15E Strike Eagles, refueling tankers, and surveillance aircraft are already positioned across West Asia. Meanwhile, the U.S. is reinforcing missile defenses, deploying THAAD and Patriot systems in Israel, Qatar, and Jordan. Officials insist these moves are defensive, but the scale tells a different story. Iran, meanwhile, is issuing stark warnings of its own. A senior Iranian official says any U.S. attack or blockade would be treated as an all-out war. Tehran claims its forces are on maximum alert, even as it faces severe internal unrest fueled by economic collapse and mass protests. Now, with a naval blockade under consideration, the stakes extend far beyond Iran, reaching into global markets, superpower relations, and the stability of the world's energy supply. A naval blockade would not just isolate Iran, it would challenge China, test global trade, and push the Middle East to the edge of a wider conflict. As U.S. warships close in and Beijing watches closely, the world is left waiting on one question. Is this the final act of deterrence or the opening move of a much bigger war?
Subscribe to One India and never miss an update. Download the One India app now.